So I want to share with you something that I learned from a older lady. Actually thought it was a mistake, but it turned out this is how she fried her potatoes. She would cut her potatoes up in little slices, and then she would put them in a Ziploc bag with just enough flour to cover each potato, and just about like you would do some fried JoJo's, but these would be fried potatoes. She would put them in a hot skillet. So what you end up with is a fried potato that is coated in flour, and it makes a nice crusty fried potato. She coated her potatoes in flour, and I honestly thought it was a mistake, but her daughter said she's always coated her potatoes in flour. We got the potatoes going, and for the rest of our meal tonight, we've got broccoli and cheese that is going to happen, and a baked chicken in the oven. I created a barbecue concoction from things I had in the refrigerator using brown sugar, the Four Brothers Land of Lake sauce, and again, my French's mustard. Mixed it all together to give it this nice, sweet crust that we're going to put on half of this chicken. This is half of the chicken that my husband cut up the other night. We had bought 2 whole chickens, and he pulled one out of the freezer, and I'm just going to baste it with this sauce on both sides. Gonna turn it over and get the other side. This is nice and thick sauce, so we should get a really nice, thick, crusty glaze on it. Don't be shy or bashful about loading it with as much barbecue flavoring as you can. And if you have your choice of barbecue sauce, go ahead and put that on there as well. Look at that nice crust that is developing on your fried potatoes. If you have never tried fried potatoes coated with a dusting of flour, I definitely encourage you to, because it gives you that nice, crispy, crunchy potatoes. Now on the back burner here, the broccoli is done cooking. I have 4 slices of cheese. And this is cheese that I normally would use to make grilled cheese sandwiches out of. I always tell you to use what you have in your pantry. Don't go out buying special ingredients. This is perfect for just melting a little bit over your broccoli to make broccoli and cheese. We added some salt and pepper to it. Continue to keep turning your potatoes. I've just pulled the chicken out. I'm gonna slice it up and see how well it has been cooking. I think that it's probably done, and it is. It's ready for us to eat supper. Remember, this is a half of a chicken. Here's the potatoes, and you can see how crispy, crunchy they are looking, and that is all because of the dusting of flour that was put on it prior to putting it in the hot grease. Here's the broccoli and cheese, super tasty, and our baked chicken in my homemade barbecue sauce. As you can see, I am outside. I just had to get out of the house for a while and enjoy the beautiful weather that we're having. This nice, cool fall weather. Have long sleeve shirt on and blue jeans. But today, particularly, I want to get outside because the walnuts are on the ground. I do want to collect a tub full of walnuts to process and have for the winter. To have lots of walnut trees on our property. And turn around here, a lot of the trees have, like this one in particular, has dropped every walnut, but this other one back here has not dropped all of its walnuts. Everywhere I walk that there is a walnut tree, the ground is just covered in walnuts. I wish I was able to pick up all of the walnuts and take them to the harvester place, because they are getting good money for them this year. They are getting $16 per 100, and that is after the husk has been removed and you're just left with the shell and the nut. Just want to show you all the size of some of the walnuts that we have been picking up. This is our biggest walnut harvest probably within years. It's unfortunate that I can't get out and pick up walnuts, so I'm just harvesting for myself. but can y'all see how big those are? I mean, if y'all can see where I've got my 2 fingers here. I mean, those things are huge. They're just a little bit smaller than a baseball. The walnuts are so big, 3 is all that I could fit in my hand. Sitting on my farm, just looking at all the beautiful fall colors, leaves, and I noticed something. I've never seen this before. That round, neat root ball. If anybody knows what that is called, please let me know. There's additional ones too. Like little nodulars. Yeah, so if somebody knows what those are. Alright, so you're back into my kitchen. We spent some time outside this morning gathering walnuts, and then in the garden area kind of looking around and seeing what is left, which is really nothing. but I did manage to do some things, mostly just experimental, to see how they will make it through the winter. And so that will be an experiment. So y'all will just have to hang out with me and we'll see how they turn out. My experiments usually don't turn out, but maybe these will, and we'll just go with the flow on that. All right, so I got grandbabies, grandboys, they're not babies anymore. I got grandboys coming over tomorrow, and they like everything chocolate. Their favorite thing is chocolate cake and chocolate milk for dessert. So I will have chocolate cake and chocolate milk, but they also like chocolate cookies. It looks super simple, easy. And y'all know I am passionate about cooking with ingredients that you have in your pantry, refrigerator, freezer, and I'm not big on something that sounds crazy or ingredients that we have no way of purchasing, or, you know, we're going to have to order those. So I'm just a good old country cook, and I cook things from scratch, but not always. But I do like to cook things from scratch, and I do like to do it as simple and as easy as possible, just because I don't like cooking in the kitchen for hours if I can keep from it. Now during the holidays, it's a little bit different, but just every night meals, we're all busy, we're all active, we have things going on. Nobody has an hour or 2 hours to be preparing meals, so we need to keep them simple because life is too busy to prepare this long meal and have it eaten in 15 minutes. So I really like meals that are done in 30 minutes. Let's get these cookies baking. So this recipe is going to make 12 cookies, depending on your size. And we're going to start out with a half a cup of granulated sugar. Then we're going to have 3/4 cup of brown sugar. And this is a 1/4 measuring cup, so we'll just use it 3 different times. Says a teaspoon of salt. I've got to get salt tomorrow because this is literally all the salt that I have. A half a cup of unsalted butter. This was in the refrigerator, so I am going to need to soften it up. Half a cup of butter. Mine was cold and in the refrigerator, so I stuck it in the microwave. One egg. One teaspoon of vanilla extract. One and a 1/4 cup of all-purpose flour. We're going to do a half a teaspoon of baking soda. And then we have 4 ounces of semi-sweet chocolate. And I'm using the Hershey's milk chocolate. Go ahead and give all of this a stir. Just enough milk to bring it all together. I've got my oven preheating at 350 degrees. And I'm just gonna put these on here by spoonfuls. All right, so I just pulled these out of the oven. We're gonna let them cool probably a good 5 or 6 minutes before I remove the parchment paper from this sheet here.
I turned up the golden. You don't work weird. I missed the whole bucket.
That's okay. Wow.
There's some cheese.
What are you pulling out?
Cheese.
Let me see what you got in your hand. Ooh.
Pumpkin goods.
What color eyes are you drawing, Waylon?
Sure.
Circle eyes?
Can you help me?
Sure. Oh, your pumpkin looks spooky.
Mine?
Yeah, it looks like a spooky clown. Well, scrape as much as you want to.
How much I get on speed? Get it?
What'd you do, Waylon?
I got the nose.
All right.
That didn't go as planned.
Did it break?
It bent.
No.
And they should make these things just a little bit stouter.
And you're doing triangles for the eyes?
Mm-hmm.
Hi guys, and welcome to the Pioneer Farmhouse. My name is Patricia, and thank you for being in my kitchen today out on the farm. It is a nice, cool, rainy day. We're expecting a couple of days of rain, so this brings us into making some good comfort food. I have a bag of soup, chicken enchilada mix we have never tried before, so we thought that this is going to be a great day is to make a soup. That it is out of date, so I really do need to get it used up. We had this in the pantry. It's chicken enchilada. I don't know that anybody has tried it. I've never had it before, but I thought that it really looked yummy. And when it's done, I'm going to add some cheese to it. It's not going to be our main meal tonight. Our main meal tonight is going to be chicken that I'm going to smother in cream of mushroom soup. We're going to have chicken rice, and let's see, he loves macaroni and cheese, so we have got a box of shelled macaroni, and he is wanting to make some fried pies. As y'all can see, here is my sweet little grandson. He loves to cook. All right, so my grandson's here. He's wanting to help cook. So we're going to take 1 can of cream of mushroom soup and put it in the mixing bowl.
I got it pretty easy.
And then he is going to pour in
Some buttermilk.
That's right. What's the measurement on it?
Half cup.
Half a cup of buttermilk. And then he's going to mix that together really well.
With this?
Yeah, you can mix it with that.
Really clean.
Here, let me get the rest of this onion put in there.
Yeah, I'm not eating.
Yeah, you're not even going to taste it. All it is in taste is going to break down. This chicken, put it in this baking dish, and then we're going to pour the cream of mushroom soup over it. Spread it evenly over this, and this makes a fast, quick, and easy meal. Alright, so what Briar is doing now is cutting the mushrooms up into small pieces, and then we're going to add them to the chicken and mushrooms. I had about 3 mushrooms left over in the refrigerator, so this is going to be perfect timing to use what mushrooms I have left over into a dish.
Is that one on? No, I
Yeah. We're going to add cheese to that and make it creamy. Let's take our cheese and put it inside the enchilada soup. And then carefully stir that because it's really hot. Around a little bit. That's the first I've known about you liking cucumbers.
I like cucumbers whenever they're in little pieces.
I showed you how we fried potatoes and we dusted them with flour. Well, I had put extras in a Ziploc bag and put them in the refrigerator. And so anyways, we've got to cut these up and use them. We've got to get the grease really hot.
Now we're gonna dump the macaronis in.
Use that to kind of stir it around. Gently stir it because it's hot.
So now we're gonna gently stir it. I'm just listening to her.
Okay, so like I told you, we have had potatoes that I mix with flour, and some people call them JoJo's. I'm not sure what everybody calls them, potato logs. But these have been sitting in the refrigerator.
We call them potato wedges.
Yeah, potato wedges. So we've had these in the refrigerator in a bag since the last time we made a whole bunch of them. And tonight's the night that we're going to finish frying these.
That looks good.
They're going to make a nice little...
Can I put them in there?
No, the grease is too hot for you.
Yes, ma'am. Is that even grease?
It is. It's lard.
Oh, I'm fixing to say it don't look like grease. And grease usually like bubbles a lot.
Yeah, see, it is bubbling.
Yeah, but like without the food in there.
It would have if I let it go longer. I don't know if he has any downstairs or not. I put... This is what we've got for supper. We've got our potatoes that we coated in flour. We've got our chicken with cream of mushroom sauce over it. We've got macaroni and cheese. And we've got the enchilada soup. And that week we could eat on for the next 2 or 3 days. But all of this we're probably going to eat on for the next couple of days. Alright, so we're making a few fried pies for dinner tonight. I've got 2 cherries already, and these are 2 chocolates that I have going to get for my grandson. And probably extra for my daughter because she also likes the chocolate fried pies. This is the new tool that I told y'all that I got, is the dough roller, and that works perfect for when you just have one good hand to use. Okay. This is the chocolate ones right there. Just get one. Now it's going to be hot. You may need to let it cool off, honey. It will burn your mouth.
Off-road ready Mazda CX-50. We're looking for outsiders. Dr. Bopog, legal way up. The pressure campaign gets swapped out up to current ballet, follower, body dance, and auto firm. Indicted with wife, is being a conspiracy related to Mar-a-Lago and instruction. What all we want here?
Okay. These are cherry. That's raspberry, and these are chocolate. That raspberry filling is good. Alright, the last of the pies are being done. I did have some that had some raw dough for some reason. I've never had that happen. So in that case, couldn't put them back in here because one of them had been broke open. So I put it in the oven for it to continue to cook.